Sports with Odi Fitzgerald on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Now here's Odi.
Well, hello there, and you are very welcome to Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald. So, President Biden has authorized Ukraine's military to use US-provided long-range missiles on targets inside Russian territories. Senators of the US have confirmed that today, and the US official said that the weapons will mostly focus on the Kursk region of Western Russia. Now, as always, I want to hear your thoughts tonight. You can get me on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, which is 71307. You can also get me on the WORD talk line, which is 800-905-0989. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened to my voice. As I said, the WORD talk line, 800-905-0989. So according to officials, Biden's decision, it spurred on the Russian decision to invite 10,000 North Korean soldiers into the fight against the Ukraine in Kursk. And there's the second official. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he's hoping to do. I don't know what he's trying to do. Is he kind of grasping at straws towards the end of it? Like, is he a little bit, there's not a whole lot else I can do, so, and probably not making any good decisions so far, but, I'm going to give a load of weapons to Ukraine, and, maybe they might wipe each other completely out. Maybe that's his thinking, that if he gives enough weapons to the Ukraine, and I mean, he's already given weapons to Russia, and I mean, you look at some of the Russian weapons, they are American weapons. So is he kind of trying to get them to wipe each other out? I don't know. Is it a last ditch attempt? Biden's announcement, well, it also came just hours after the Russia concluded that it's one of its largest missile and drone attacks in months, launching over 200 targets, targeting Ukraine's power and energy infrastructure. There was a lot of progress made last week. Because Vladimir Putin had a conversation with the Donald, incoming president. Yeah, he'll be here in January. He'll be the boss, commander-in-chief. And it's just a thing that, things were going well. Conversations were had. And now Joe Biden is trying to mess everything up again. He shouldn't be, my opinion is, if you stir the pot, you're going to create tension. You're going to create war. So we haven't heard, yes, I know the war is ongoing in Ukraine. It has been ongoing for quite some time. It has. And until the Donald puts a stop to it, the Donald is going to be the mother. He's going to come with the wooden spoon, and he is going to redden some butts. He is. And until he does that, I think Biden is just trying to, get one last. He's messed everything else up, so he may as well mess that up as well. On the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, 71307, it says, Odi, shout out to Kid Flaccid. Thank you very much. Odi, Biden is sabotaging the incoming Trump administration's goal for peace between Russia and Ukraine. BlackRock needs to make money after all. There you go. Maybe that's what he's doing. Another text comes in. Odi, he is trying to start World War III before he leaves office. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it, texter. Not even slightly. And another texter says, Odi, I think Biden is trying to make a mess for the Donald. There you go. I'm going to cut Sleepy Joe a little bit of slack here at the minute. He's down in the Amazon at the minute. He's down looking at some wildlife, and he's checking out the trees, and, he's looking at monkeys in the trees and toucans and all the beautiful flora and fauna down in the Amazon. And I believe he's the first US president in office to actually go to the Amazon. So he's down there at the minute, and he's looking at all the funny and nice stuff, and he's taking it all in. Somebody in his office, because don't fool yourself. Please don't fool yourself. Joe Biden has not made any decisions on his own, I'd say, in about 20 years, maybe 10 years. I remember watching a sketch with Robin Williams about 20 years ago. No, maybe more, maybe less. I'm not 100% sure. And he was talking about Sleepy Joe. He was talking about Sleepy Joe Biden, and he was, rambling Joe Biden. Yeah. And that was a comedy. He was a form of comedy. Joe Biden was a form of comedy 20 years ago. Doesn't look like a whole lot has changed, but yeah, he's not making decisions. Somebody else is wanting the Biden administration to go out with a bang. I believe that's what's happening. Don't forget, you can get your comments into me on the stream line as well. We are streaming live on the WORD Facebook page and my own Facebook page, which is Odi_Fitzgerald. And you can get me, you can get me on the, what is it called? YouTube. Yeah, the YouTubes. If you want to have a look and see what a radio guy looks like, well, I'm on there live in video. But yeah, no, I think it's gone to the fact. You're right, Texter. As the Texter said, they're looking for a last hurrah. Now, they could do something better. They could really do something better. He could make a couple of changes. He's got a month left. He could make a couple of little changes. He could do something. He could try and get the fuel prices to come down a bit. Now, yes, I know you've been noticing it. I've been noticing it as well. Fuel prices have come down in the last couple of weeks. My local gas station is 252. 152. Wouldn't it be lovely? But there is a few little changes have happened. But then again, a lot of changes have happened because people that are doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing are getting very nervous because the Donald is the incoming. The Donald is going to be the boss. And as I said last week, I reported on it last week, that many people have seen illegal immigrants leaving the country. There has been unofficial numbers, but tens of thousands of illegal immigrants are fleeing the country already. They are leaving. First of all, because they know that the free credit cards that they had are going to be switched off. That's going to stop really fast. The accommodation that they're having, the hotels that are no longer accepting paying guests because they have, I'm using inverted commas here, but they're using, refugees. Refugees are living in hotels that could be making, proper money. Now, yeah, they're getting paid to hold the refugees in their hotels, but there's a mess being of it. I was only talking to a friend of mine back in Ireland, and there's refugees in Ireland as well, and they stayed in a hotel, and the hotel is now uninhabitable. Okay? So just think about what's going to happen here in America when these refugees are being asked to leave. Now, I say refugees. Yes, I know there's a lot of people are fleeing their countries for reasons because they're terrified. They are terrified. But there's also a lot of people who are supposedly leaving the country because they're terrified, because they're afraid to go back to their homeland. As I say, there is hotels in my homeland of Ireland that are now, I was told about one hotel in particular that now has to be demolished. It can't be fixed. It has to be 100% demolished at the owner's cost so that he can have a hotel that people can stay in again. So what's going to happen over here? What's going to happen here in America? Is there hotels that are being completely inhabited by refugees, illegal immigrants that we'll never, ever, ever be able to use again? I don't know. I just think there's a lot of stuff is messed up. When I come back, I want to hear your thoughts about Donald Trump's new cabinet. He has a list of people. I have the list. We'll go through it together. We'll see what you think. You're listening to Newstalk 98.9 WRD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. Hello, my streamers. How is everybody? I've got a head cold or something. I've got something happening. I don't know what it is. I assume what it is I was at the rodeo this morning. I know the rodeo doesn't happen this morning, but it was very warm out, and I was disassembling a camper, bringing the camper back into getting a camper back home. And I was disassembling the camper, and I was sweating quite a bit because it was warm, and then I got cold all of a sudden. So maybe that's it. Maybe that's the problem. I just know my throat is a wee bit sore. Here's a poll just for the stream for you. Should I shave my beard? My beard has gotten quite long in the last couple of days, couple of weeks, and I'm kind of deciding whether I should shave it or not. I do need a haircut. I definitely do. My hair is just all over the place, and I'm looking scruffy and disheveled. And yes, this is the kind of thing I talk about during the ad breaks when I'm just on the stream. Don't forget, we are on the no, keep it. Okay, there you go. Harold said keep it. I'm going to keep my beard. I might trim it up a wee bit, Harold. It's getting a bit kind of scraggly. I might clean it a wee bit. This is the kind of thing that I talk about during the ad breaks because I say streaming beards are awesome. Yes, they are. I stay talking on the stream during the ad breaks. It's like the extra show. Maybe, I don't know. Mark, what do you got, buddy? Try. See, the thing is, Mark, I wasn't going to trim it off completely. I was going to just shave it up, like bring it like probably the same length as this, kind of like stubbly kind of thing. Because when I shave it, I look ridiculous. I really do. I look absolutely stupid when I shave my beard off. I look too young. I know I'm 43 years of age, and giving out about looking too young is, yeah. But no, I do. I think I look silly. My wife used to laugh at me when I shaved my beard. She didn't laugh, ha ha ha. She was like, "What did you do? Why did you do that?" Yeah, so I don't know. Not sure what to do. What are your thoughts on Donald's cabinet? I'm going to be talking about that now in a minute. Talking about that in 1 minute and 5 seconds. Oh yeah, maybe trim it and use some beard oil. I do use beard oil, beard butter, keep it looking healthy. Yeah, well, I mean, this is only a 2 months growth. My beard grows really fast. I wish my hair would grow as fast as my beard does. Now, while I have you here, there's 5 or 6 people here at the minute. If there's anything that y'all want to talk about, if there's anything that y'all want me to talk about, I will. If there's anything, it doesn't have to be political. It doesn't have to be in the news. Like later on tonight, I'm going to be talking about suicide prevention because I'm trying to back that as best I can, mental health and all that within the US and Ireland, and anybody listening in, because people listen to the show in Ireland as well. So that is one thing I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get help with mental health for people. So anyway, listen, gotta get back on the radio. And you're very welcome back. Before the ad break, we were talking about what Joe Biden should do to end out his term as the president of the United States of America. And look, I tell you what, I know. Look, I can't wait until the Republicans get in power. I can't. But I'm going to say this now, and this is just me being, I suppose, the friendly guy that I am. Look, fair play to Biden for being president. And I know what you're saying to me. You're Odi. What? Seriously? No, it's not the easiest job in the world. Yeah. No, I know what you're going to say to me. He wasn't really doing a lot, and he wasn't. He wasn't doing a lot. But it is proven. Their studies have shown that the hardest job, one of the hardest jobs in the world, is being the president of the United States. Now, I know he didn't have a lot to do, but he did have to do a bit. And yes, I know people will say to me, but he wasn't really. There was people in the back rooms and the back staff, and they were all pulling the strings. Yes, they were. Yes, 100%. I agree with you on that. But he ran 4 terms, and he didn't kill us all. He put a lot of strain on everybody. He certainly did. And I just, look, not an easy job. But Donald's going to make it look easy. Donald made it look easy last time. He's going to make it look easy again. On the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Remember, I want to hear your thoughts. Talking about what he could do, what Biden could do as a last hurrah. He could disclose all the alien stuff we know as his last hurrah. You stay listening, texter, because I'm going to be talking a lot about aliens later on in the show. So don't go anywhere. Now, on the stream, there's a wee little conversation happening on the stream. I asked a question. On the stream, I'm live and dangerous. You can see the video of what's happening here in the studio. And I asked the question, should I keep my beard or should I shave it off? And a lot of people are saying, keep it. Beards are awesome. Mark said to try shaving it, it'll grow back. And then Harold has said to me, maybe just trim it a wee bit. And use some beard oil. That's what happens on the stream. So you can check us out on our Facebook page, and you can join in the conversation there as well as on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307, or you can give me a call. Give me a call close to the ad breaks. You can get me on the WORD talk line, which is 800-905-0989. Now, so the incoming president, Donald J. Trump, has started to pick his cabinet. And Mark has been on to me. He said, I think the cabinet would be great if he can get them approved. Should stir things up a little bit. Yes, it should. Yes, it should stir things up a little bit. But who has he got in so far? Well, these are preliminary. Okay. So they haven't been brought in. I mean, he wants these guys in. He wants these guys and girls in. He's made some bold decisions, and I like it. The current cabinet member, what is it? The Secretary of Health and Human Services at the minute. I was going to look it up. And I say it, and you could be listening and you say, Odi, that's nasty, man. You can't call it. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. Is it a guy that wants to be a girl or a girl that wants to be a guy? I don't know. But the Donald has asked Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would he like to be the Health and Human Services person. Have you seen Robert Kennedy Jr.? The man, he's, what age is he? 70 years of age. All right. 70 years of age. I'm going to have a little bit of a man crush here for a second. I'm just going to say it. He's ripped. He is absolutely ripped. He's like, the guy is 70. He doesn't look it. He does not look it. He's just, he's got the muscles going on. He looks healthy. He's lean. He walks with a purpose. He walks with a stride. That's who I want. Maybe he'll come and help me get back in shape. I was in shape, and then I discovered American food, which is really tasty. I've said it many times before. I was 195 pounds when I came to America. I'm 245 now. Yeah. It's American food for you. Well, it also has a lot to do with the fact that I was sitting down and um I've said it before. I was in I've battled with depression and I've come out the far side of it. And yes, yeah, there has been scars because of it, and I'm working on scars as well. But I'm also working on not only my mental health but my physical health. I never used to breathe so heavy walking upstairs. Maybe Robert F. Kennedy Jr. could help me get back in shape. I am putting it out there to you. If anybody has a direct line contact to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., well, I mean, we share the F. We're both Fitzgeralds. Maybe he might come and help me. Defense Secretary, uh, Pete Hegast, is it? No, Hegseth. Sorry, Pete Hegseth. Sorry about that. Well, he's a veteran. He's a Fox News host. Now, he's never held political office before, but he has been nominated as the next defense secretary. What do you think? You think it's good, bad, or indifferent? Attorney General Matt Getz, or Getz. I think it's Gates or Getz. You can help me on that. Maybe he could do it. It's as Donald said, it's not a personal decision, and it may be more is kind of a critical to the trajectory of Trump's second term. But he has appointed him as now he's a lead in the Department of Justice. But yeah, Attorney General, that's pretty high up. That's a pretty good one. Department of the Interior, Doug Burgum. Doug Burgum is a software entrepreneur. See, that's what we need. I think that's what we need. I think we need people who have a track record. Like Donald. Donald himself is an entrepreneur, as you know this. Donald has made billions of dollars in doing what he does best. Okay? If he runs the country like he runs a business, country's going to be booming. 100% going to be booming. I know he's been talking to Elon, and Elon is going to be working with him as well. It's not a bad thing. Maybe he'll hire me like as a Department of Communications. I know, yeah, no, I can't. It would be lovely. I would like to work with Donald. Can't say why I wouldn't. But I think he's making the right choices. As I said earlier, the current Secretary for Health and Human Awareness is a transgender person. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that. On the text line 71307, let me know what you think. Do you think Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a good person to be having in for the health? Do you think it's the right person? I mean, you've seen him. You've definitely seen him. And yes, I know he ran for office, didn't quite get it. But everybody has to start. Well, I know he's been in it. He's I mean, what is he? He's the nephew of John Fitzgerald Kennedy, and he knows what he's doing. He knows how to act. He knows how to be in politics. When I come back, you've been waiting for this one. UFOs. They have dropped the bombshell. UFOs are definitely a thing now. Let me know your thoughts on UFOs. Are they real? Is there really aliens? You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD. It is the voice of the Carolinas. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing myself, Jen. I think he definitely is the right man for the job. Why drop? What do you mean, man? Drop the. Oh, why am I talking about it? Because I like aliens. Probably am one. I'm no. Well, I am. I suppose I'm a legal alien. Ha ha! See what I did there? Oh, I need to get music ready. I need music. There's a TV. If you can see in the background there. There's a TV. No, the government. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's why they're dropping the thing now because they want to remove prying eyes from somewhere. Sorry, I had Chinese earlier on and I'm burping nonstop. Yeah, I know. I said I wanted to get skinny and eating Chinese. I know it's the way to go. Harold, what are you saying? I think the aliens. I think there are. Yes, there are. They, you know, anybody watching, if you can see the screen in the background, the screen in the background, that one there. Yeah, that's John Candy's film Great Outdoors. I'm watching that. Well, I'm not watching it. I'm doing the show, but it's on, and every now and again I look up and giggle or whatever. And if you want to call in, you know you can. It's a free phone number 800-905-0989. It is a good movie. I was watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation today. That is a funny movie, man. I enjoy that movie. It's good. Oh yeah, I forgot Dan Aykroyd is in this one. It's a good movie. You know, why am I? You two screening, Jin. It's on AMC. Why is the carpet wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. Text me in your favorite or thing. Text me in your favorite movie quote. Keep it clean. It's like I've got two shows going on. I got the stream show and I got the real show going on. Well, I suppose it's all the real show. But dude, text me in your favorite movie line. Your quote, favorite movie quote. Sorry, I'm looking at my screen just in case you're looking and thinking I'm weird, staring down the camera. Okay. Oh, Christmas Vacation is on TNT right now. Oh, what channel is T? No, I'll give you there. Stop. Okay. Spectrum Channel 23. Yeah. No, I watched it already today. I'm going to stay with Great Outdoors.
Share your thoughts. Text Odi on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line at 71307.
Sunday nights with Odi Fitzgerald on News Talk 98.9 WORD.
So, time has come to talk a little bit about Little Green Men. So, first of all, first thing I want to know, first thing I need to know, this will be the precursor to everything that happens in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Do you believe, Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307, do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in UFOs? Have you ever seen a UFO? And have you ever been abducted by a UFO? You know, did they go deep? Was there probing involved? Did it happen? There's been a lot of talk of UFOs and aliens in the last couple of weeks. Now, some people will say to me that the reason that there has been a lot of talk about UFOs and aliens in the last couple of weeks is that they're trying to do something else within the White House and they wanted to fly, yes, pun intended, they wanted to fly below our radar. So they have now given out a lot of information about UFOs. There's a whistleblower report on the US government's top secret UFO data retrieval program has revealed shocking evidence of non-human intelligence here on Earth. Now, be kind. I know somebody's going to text in, well, there's not very much intelligence. No, there is. Okay. The report details the findings as immaculate constellation and unacknowledging special access program. Using a lot of big words. A lot of big words. It has been established to detect and quarantine the military's best UFO imagery, videos, eyewitness testimonies, electronic sensor evidence. So they're saying that there has been the Unacknowledgement Special Access Program, which is the USAP, has been established to quarantine. So basically to stop people from talking about UFOs, but they're not doing very good because here we are talking about them now. It features numerous eyewitness accounts from 1991 right through to 2022, including flying metallic orbs, jellyfish-shaped aircraft, and UFOs that reportedly alerted witnesses to the predication of time. Okay, so apparently there has been UFOs in and around the area for millennia, you know, for lots of times since the dawn of time. There has been UFOs being sighted and being seen. Well, now the government is coming out and saying, well, you know, yeah, about that UFO thing, well, we have been holding back a little bit. I'm getting the kind of X-Filey vibes. There was a congressional hearing that happened not too long ago into unidentified phenomenon that happened on Wednesday. Witness testimonials include that eyebrow-raising claims about the existence of UAPs, which is unmanned or UFOs, unidentified anonymous phenomena. They're talking about alien technology here on Earth. The hearing was focused on a testimony with little submissive evidence behind some of the more extraordinary claims. I see. Here's the thing. Okay. Now, we talked about it. We didn't talk about this on the Pulse last night. We were going to, but we didn't. I said I'd bring it through onto this show. There has to be some intelligent life out there. There has to be. There can't not be. You know, there has to be something out there on the stream. Is an awful waste of space if we're the only ones out there. Yeah, and that's what I happen to think as well. There has to be some sort of life out there, because when you look up at night and you look at all the stars, is it a starry night tonight? I can't see here from the studio. I'm just looking out the window. I can't really see. When you look up, I look up every morning when I'm getting into my car, going to work. I look up and it's still dark outside and there's loads of stars, millions and billions of stars. If you think that each one of those stars could possibly have a solar system like our one, because remember, our sun is a star too, and we've got the 8 planets. No, we've got the 9 planets, Pluto forever. We've got the 9 planets going around us or around the sun, and they have found life. They have found life on Mars. Yes, it was a parasite. It was a little worm, and you know it wasn't great amount of life, but it was there. They found life. So, and that's just on the next planet over from us. Closest planet planet that looks very like us. So there has to be some sort of life out there because, as I said, billions and billions of stars within billions of galaxies. It's ridiculous amount of possibilities. So yes, there could be. Now, do you think that aliens have come here to Earth? I mean, now apparently there's evidence that they have. First of all, why did they come to Earth? Did they come and be like, "Oh, we want to be friends. We'd like to procreate with you and make alien human hybrids"? Could be something. Look, who am I to say? I'm not that kind of doctor. You know, or did they arrive to Earth and say, "No"? Is it the whole thing of the Prime Directive in Star Trek? You can go to visit a planet, don't make yourself aware, don't make yourself be seen, if the planet hasn't developed, some technology. I know, yes, in the Star Trek, yeah, and I know I'm quoting science fiction. In the Star Trek world, if they haven't experienced warp drive, then they're too primitive to be talking to, other cultures or other whatever you want to call them. Is that what happened? Did they come to Earth and be like, no, they're too primitive, or if we landed, we'd kill them, or we can't breathe their air? Maybe they're nitrogen based life forms, silicon based life forms, breathing nitrogen instead of oxygen. Maybe something like that happened. Maybe the aliens that did land, maybe they died. Maybe the aliens are living amongst us. I don't know. Who am I to say? If you're an alien, can't believe I'm saying this. If you're an alien and you happen to be listening to the show right now, text in, or you can call in 800-905-0989 on the WRD talk line, or you can text in on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Just like these two texters have. Odie, there has been recent orb sightings near Table Rock. There is video of it. I shall definitely look into that. Odie, have you actually seen Bill? Oh, yeah. We'll get back to that in a second, Jim. We will get back to that in a second. On the stream, as big as the universe is, there has to be more out there because we aren't that special. No, we're not. To be the only ones in this huge universe. Yeah, and I don't, whichever demographic you are in, whether you are a religious person, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter who you follow, whether you're like me and you believe in the universe and whatever energy you put out to the universe, it comes back to you, whether you believe in God or Allah or anything. Yes, and you've heard it now. There's atheist tendencies about me because I was brought up with a Catholic church, and we're not going down that rabbit hole again. If God invented humans, made humans, I'm speaking about this from a very scientific side of view. If God invented humans, he did not give us the entire galaxy just for us to sit here on Earth. Not even slightly. No, definitely not. Text in. Odi, Nanu. Well, you're very welcome, Mork. Thank you for being part of the show. Harold said, "It's me. I'm an alien." Just kidding. I don't think you're just kidding. Jin on the stream said, "Why would an alien come here and try to talk to us? It's like trying to talk to ants." Yes, because as humans, we have advanced a long way, and we have advanced more in the last 100 years than we ever advanced. Now, there's a whole rabbit hole here, and I'm going to dive deeper into it when we come back. So if you have any questions or any points that you want to get across to me about UFOs and aliens or human history or talking about pre-civilizations, then you can get me on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. I would love to hear your voice. You can call me on the WRD talk line, which is 800-905-0989. I am streaming. It's a little bit of a hot topic. Everybody seems to be jumping in on this one. So when I come back, I will be continuing the conversation. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. Seems to be a big one. Mainly clear sky so you can see the aliens. Is there a clear sky tonight? I will take a look. Let you know. No, I can't see. Oh, Tombstone is on. When is that on? Tombstone is a good movie. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. on ACM. I'm going to have a chat about that. There's currently an 80s comedy marathon on the TV. I'm not really watching it, but it's there. Actually, when I come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about it if there's any more comments about it. But if not, I'm going to talk a little bit about something else. Do you know what I've taken a longing to or not a longing to, a kind of a shine to in the last couple of weeks is popcorn. You know, as a wee snack, can't beat it. Actually, I'll talk about that on air as well. I want to talk about that a little bit on air. Nanu. Popcorn, butter, or cheese popcorn is really good. I haven't actually had the cheese popcorn. I was looking at that. I won't get any tonight because it'll be late by the time I get back to the around shopping market or supermarkets. Butter popcorn, yes. Butter popcorn is what I have. Cheese popcorn. I might actually try the cheese popcorn. What is it? Is it cheese flavored? It's probably bad for you. Then again, everything you eat is bad for you nowadays anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's do radio stuff in about 19 seconds.
Sunday nights with Odi Fitzgerald continues on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Okay, you're very welcome back. Sunday nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald, talking about aliens. That was the topic of conversation in the last segment. And on the stream, it turned into a conversation about popcorn. Do you prefer buttered popcorn or do you prefer cheese popcorn? Haven't tried cheese popcorn myself, so not really sure. On the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307, God created the universe and displays his glory to the ones he created. That's Psalms 19 talks about this. God created the civilization here on earth and he made it his focus. Yeah, but Texter, do you think that maybe that he could have invented, maybe this is Earth 2.0? You know, maybe he made the first one. Was like, I can prove that. I'll make it another one. I'm just putting it out there. stranger things have happened. And maybe God's image on a different planet is completely different to God's image. But then again, we don't know God's image. I know, yes, the Bible says that he made us in his image, but a celestial being looking like us, I don't know. If you want that to be a topic of the conversation, then I have no problem. We can talk about, as I say, if there's anything that you want to really let me know, let me talk about, then we will talk about it. Text line: we eat butter popcorn on Mars. Okay. Well, how is the weather up in Mars lately? Is it good? Is it really good? I bet it's warm, or maybe it's cold. I don't know. Now, this is something that came up in conversation during the week, and I'd like to talk a little bit about it. Is it better to have a degree or a trade? Well, if I have both. I have my degrees, and I started out as a tool maker. So I have two. I have the trade. Well, I've quite a few, but I have So I've got mechanical engineering, and I've got my sound engineering and all that fun stuff, and that's why I play with music and play with sound and play on the radio. Whether to get a degree or a trade is better depends on whether your career goals and priorities, apparently. But generally, a college degree may offer more career and flexibility and higher earning potential on average, while a trade can provide a quicker entry into the workforce and potentially high demand and good salaries in a specific skilled fields. So I want to know your thoughts on this, whether you think that you need to have a degree or whether you can make a good life for yourself with a trade. Now, I'm not just talking about carpenters or electricians, of which there is a very high demand for carpenters and electricians at the minute. They can't seem to get enough of them. Remember, there's a lot of houses. First of all, we'll go back one step. There is a lot of extra Americans being born. There is a population boost. Do you remember during COVID and there was nothing really to do? And you could be stuck in the house with the wife and, well, when a man and a woman fall in love, I'm not going to get into the birds and the bees, but there's a population boost at the minute. So therefore, in about 20 years' time, there's already a housing boost that is happening. There's a housing crisis because there's not enough houses for enough people, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, now you can blame whoever you want for that. You can. Sleepy Joe didn't help the fact. He did not help it. There's a lot of people without jobs. Donald did. There was not too many people without jobs when Donald left office, even with the COVID. But if you need someone to build a house for you, now, I have a degree and I couldn't build a house. I am a tradesman as well, but it's a different type of trade. Are you better off? I was talking to a guy, a plumber, a couple of weeks back. Very good plumber. Very, very good plumber. He came in, done a little bit of work in the house, and then he said to me, is your septic tank okay? And I said, I don't know. And he said, did you have it pumped in the last 5 years? I said, I don't know. And I said, I don't believe so. I said, I'm living in the house for 6 years and I didn't pump it. He said, yep, well, it's probably time to get it pumped. And it's a messy job. And he said to me, I could do it for you. I said, well, you know what? You're the right man for the job. So now it's a nasty job. It's disgusting. But look, everybody poops. So it has to go somewhere. So he pumped out my septic tank and I got talking to him and I said it to him. I said, is there much money in plumbing? And he said, yes, there is. He makes a good living for himself. And I said, is there many plumbers out there? And he said, nope, there's not. I said, are you looking for people? He said, we're always looking for people. So there's a trade that someone can get into. I need to do a little bit of work in my house at the minute. And I'm probably going to, I might or I might not do it myself. I don't know. I'm going to fit I have a deck out the back of the house. I'm going to repair it because it needs to get repaired, but I'm going to put a roof over it. And it's a kind of thing that I do and I don't want to do it, but a skilled carpenter would do it for me. No problem at all. And they'd charge the right money for doing it. You can go parts and labor. I'm not going to get a doctor of physics to, I'm not saying I won't, but people need people with trades. On the text line, Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Odi, take it from a guy with a degree. You're better off with a trade. There you go. Odi, people need to get a trade first. Then you can use it to pay cash for a degree if you wish. That's another thing. Odi, beginner engineers are a dime a dozen, but an experienced plumber is worth his weight in gold. Yes, Texter, 100% right. It is a case that somebody with experience, and you remember, if you come on as a tradesperson, if you start as a tradesperson, if you come on as a tradesperson, if you go and okay, I'm gonna talk you through it a little bit. You're listening to me now, and you're saying, Odi, how do I become a plumber? When you call a plumber, you get on the phone to a plumber and you tell them your story. You say, hey, how you doing, Mr. Plumber? I would like to become a plumber. And they will tell you, right, well, there's trade schools you can go to. You need to get into a trade school. You need to learn the basics. Or come work with me. You're going to get a terrible salary, but I'm going to look after you. Because remember, you're going to get paid to learn. You're going to get paid to be there, to be on the job, and to learn the career. It takes time. I was an apprentice toolmaker for 4 years. My very first paycheck at the end of a week where I worked long hours was the equivalent of $90. Yes, I know it was 26 years ago. Am I that old? Yeah, it was 26 years ago. And it was $90. That was the equivalent of $90 was what I was being paid. And out of that, yes, I know things were a lot cheaper back then, but I was able to pay it. Once I got qualified, I was no longer on $90. No, I was able to buy myself a nice car, a house, a lot of different things just for being qualified. Texas says, Odi, great topic, but not enough time for a good discussion. I think that aliens... Tell you what, get everything you want into me now. Any questions, any topics, any conversations, if you want to call me, 800-905-0989, and we will keep the conversation going. That's what we're going to do. We're going to keep the conversation about trades going. We're going to talk about the pros and the cons. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to keep the conversation going into the second hour. And I want to hear your opinions. So get your opinions into me on the text line, on the stream. As I said, you can call me on 800-905-0989. And we're going to keep the conversation going about this. And I'm going to try in a couple of weeks to get somebody in, a recruiter or something, to see if I can get someone to have a little bit of a chat more. So yeah, get everything in. Get all your topics into me about tradesmen or going to college. And when we come back, we're going to talk about it more. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. Hour number 1 in the bag. All right, on the stream, I will get to everything. I will get to everything. There's a lot there. Mars.
Brazil pledged to launch a global coalition that will reforest delicate grasslands along the Amazon. He also pledged $50 million to double a contribution to save the rainforest. The president's announcement comes as he heralds his administration's efforts to combat climate change. Some may seek to deny or delay the clean energy revolution that's underway in America. But nobody.
There you go. Yeah, I think this topic is going to.
President-elect Donald Trump nominated energy company CEO Chris Wright, a backer of oil and gas development, as his new Secretary of Energy. Renal Scott, Fox News.
President-elect Trump back at work in Florida. Fox's Bill Malugin reports.
President-elect Donald Trump is back here in Palm Beach to huddle in with his transition team after that big night he had at Madison Square Garden, where he received basically a hero's welcome.
Give me 1 minute.
Trump was having a great time, basically taking a victory lap, as it was his first time there since that big rally he had a few weeks ago. But now he's back to work, building out his administration. More than 20 picks already. Some of them have been controversial. Some are going to get bipartisan support. And there's been speculation about possibly having to use recess amendments to get.
Sorry, I just had to work on the air conditioning. It got really warm in here all of a sudden. Maybe it's because this is a heated conversation, heated topic.
Trump announcing his campaign spokesperson, Carolyn Leavitt, will be White House press secretary, making her the youngest person ever to serve in the role at just 27. Trump also naming Commissioner Brendan Carr as chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC. America's listening to Fox News.
Fox News Podcasts Network. The Fox News Rundown. A contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day. Going far beyond the headlines. Tapping into the massive reporting resources of Fox News to provide a full picture of the news of the day.
I'm Dana Perino.
I'm Brett Baer.
I'm Maria Bartiromo.
I'm Brian Kilmeade, and this is the Fox.
Jane, what do you mean by that one? Trade useless, you doing doctor, lawyer, etc. Oh, if you want to be a doctor, lawyer. Oh, okay. I got that.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on.
Jane, I wonder who told you to be a tradesman.
Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever
I wonder who convinced you.
President Biden reportedly for the first time authorizing Ukraine's use of U.S.-supplied long-range missiles to strike well inside Russia. Fox's Kevin Cork reports from Washington.
The decision allowing Ukraine to use the Army tactical missile system for attacks farther into Russia comes as thousands of North Korean troops allegedly have already been sent into a region along Ukraine's north.
By the by, I need a good mechanic. You know anybody?
Take ground there. And this also happens amid growing concerns from Kyiv.
More mechanically minded than I am, which is pretty mechanically minded. I need a car mechanic because my car is just not being nice.
Continued financial and military support by the U.S. for Ukraine. Now, that country's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, and many of his Western supporters have been pressing President Biden for months to allow Ukraine to strike military targets deeper inside Russia.
France and the UK reportedly also allowing Ukraine to use Storm Shadow missiles on Russia's territory. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia launched more than 100 missiles and 90 drones in a large-scale attack against Ukraine's energy infrastructure. More from Fox's Stephanie Bennett in London.
Locals on the ground say this is just a nightly occurrence that they
Sorry.
have to get used to. There were 120 missiles and 90 drones. President Zelensky said
Yeah.
he managed to shoot down around 140 of them. Several people were injured and killed by the falling debris as Ukraine fended off these attacks. Russian strikes have targeted Ukraine's power infrastructure and disrupted water supplies, causing nationwide blackouts. Over in Kyiv, rescue workers spent the day removing a rocket and its fragments from a 5-story apartment block. Shortly after his presidential victory, Donald Trump held a phone call with Zelensky. The Ukrainian president says he is certain the war with Russia will end sooner with Trump as president.
Over the weekend and confirmed their pledge to impose severe costs on Russia in support of Ukraine. I'm Ann Carrick, and this is Fox News.
Now, the Carolinas' most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Lows sit down to about 44 tonight under partly cloudy skies, southwesterly winds around 5 miles per hour. High of 72 tomorrow, mainly clear skies. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Right now, it's 57 degrees.
It's Denny Dennis again from D&D Ford, and November's deals are amazing. We have up to $15,000.
I think I just need to buy a new car. That's it. Or not a new car, a newer car.
Sport starting under $29,000. If you're considering an EV, the Lightning and Mach-E have tremendous lease options or 0% financing available for 72 months, plus the Power Promise free home charger. Visit us online at ddmotors.com or at 13655 East Wade Hampton Boulevard in Greer.
And now, welcome to Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald. Live conversation and lively debate about what's trending in the Carolinas. This is Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Now here's Odi.
And you're very welcome back to the topic here on Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald. Want to hear your thoughts, Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307 or the WORD talk line 800-905-0989. Now, before the break in news, we were talking about whether it is better to have a trade or a degree. And I've had a lot of people get back to me on that. On the stream, don't forget we are streaming live on the News Talk 98.9 WRD Facebook page. On the stream, it says trade is useless if you want to become a doctor or a lawyer. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could have a trade as well and then go in to get your doctor, like I did. I got my trade and then I went on to do mechanical engineering. Similar field, but different. And obviously here in the radio, I did get a degree to work in radio. Wasn't a media degree. It was a music and music science degree. Engineering, sound engineering, all that kind of fun stuff. Harold said, it just depends on what type of career you want to go to. You can be successful depending on what you're good at or not. Yeah, see now what you want to do for a living. We talked about this on a previous show, that some people get forced into a job that they're terrible at, that they're no good at. And their parents like, oh, no, you can do that. Your dad has been a pilot for years. Oh, don't worry. No, you get the hang of flying. You stop crashing. On the text line, Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Tradesmen built this world, Odi. Yes, they did. Builders, people, guys that work on the road. They all traded. They all had to be tradesmen. They all had to do it. Odi, an apprentice robot tech here at one time. There you go. Now I'm a qualified robot technician. There you go. Odi, if you have a good trade, you can trade your work for others like lawyers, accounting, and dental bills. Huh. So we're talking about we're talking a little bit about the old bartering system. You know, you go into a dentist office, dentist might need, just for argument's sake, a dentist needs a new wall put in or a new door put in. No problem at all, pal. I will do that door for you. You buy the door, I'll put it in, I'll give you my time. And you might take a little look at this molar that's in, it's giving me a bit of trouble. It might need a fitting. There you go. There's a barter system. Maybe we need to get back to bartering. One of the pros when it comes to getting a trade, being an apprentice, doing that. First of all, you're getting paid. As I said earlier, you're getting paid to learn, okay? You're not getting a lot of money, but you're getting paid to learn. At the end of your 4 years, 3 or 4 years, whatever length the apprenticeship that you're doing is, you will get a full wage. You'll get a good wage. And if you go out and you put the time in, you put the effort in, you put the work in, like, don't be expecting to make a lot of money if you're only doing 20 hours a week. Unless you're out there doing the hard graft, putting in the time, putting in your 40, 50, 60, 70 hours, becoming a qualified tradesperson, you're not going to get, you're going to make money. You do 40 hours a week as a tradesman, you're going to make money, but you're not going to be rolling in cash. You have to put in the time and effort. In my job, I talk to a lot of tradesmen, and they work hard. They work long hours. They go home tired. That is something that you have to look at. If you go down the route of getting your degrees, then you're going to go to college for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 years, depending on what you want to do. You're going to leave college with an absolutely substantial bill. Unless you get a scholarship. Now, scholarships are available. Scholarships are out there. But I've had people talk to me about scholarships. And yes, while you're doing a scholarship, if it's, for argument's sake, the closest university to me, as I'm sitting here right now, is Clemson University. And if you're doing a scholarship in Clemson University, you're well done. You're probably doing it with football. You could be a footballer or you basketball or any of the other sports. That's actually something. If you're doing a scholarship and you're doing it in Clemson or any of the other colleges around us, let me know. Are you focusing more on your sport or in your academia? Get in touch, 71307. Are you focusing more on your college studies or the sport that you're in? That's something I definitely want to hear from. Odi, not having a bachelor's had prevented me from moving literally from managing in automotive transportation repair to other fields. Why is that? I mean, did you have the same? So that's something. Like, why is it that some companies want you to have a bachelor's? I discussed this during the week with people, with friends. This was a topic of conversation. This is how this happened. I was having a conversation over lunch with a few friends, and I believe that a lot of businesses want to see that you're capable of putting in the time and the effort. They want to see that you've gone to it, for argument's sake, if you have a bachelor's degree, that's 4 years. That you have been able to go. They want to see that you have been able to go to a certain place for 4 years. You've been able to go to a certain building to get on with people, to be able to do the work, to be able to hand in your transcripts, to be able to hand in your documentation, your thesis, if you do up a thesis. If you go on for your master's or doctorate, you'll have to do a thesis. And they want to be able to see that you've put in the 4 years, that at the end of your 4 years that you've been able to do. Yes, I know, it's 4 years is a long time. And then when you leave, you have theoretical experience. You don't have technical experience. You don't have hands-on experience. So, as I said, I want to hear your opinions. Everybody on the text line so far tonight really has been pushing for the tradesman. But as I said earlier, when you want to become a tradesman, you have to get in contact with somebody within that trade, and they can lead you in the right direction. They can help you find out where you can get the information, where to go to school, what school you need to do. Talk to your career guidance teacher. If you're listening to if you're in school now, if you're in high school and you're tuned in, talk to your careers guidance counselor. Further schooling may not be for you. Look at Steve Jobs. He dropped out of university. He dropped out of college. Jim Henson dropped out of college. A lot of actors dropped out of college. There's a lot. Hang on, we'll just pop it in here now. And entrepreneurs that have dropped out of college. The list is huge. The list is massive. Richard Branson, the guy, he owns Virgin Media, Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Galactic, dropped out of college. Lots of people have dropped out of college. Tell you what, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to answer this call. And when I come back, we might continue the conversation, but you're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD. This is the voice of the Carolinas.
Diving into the headlines with live analysis and opinion. This is Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald.
On News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Now, a can't miss moment from the Charlie James Show.
Now, the Carolinas' most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Lows dip down to about 44. Tonight, under partly cloudy skies, southwesterly winds around 5 miles per hour. High of 72. Tomorrow, mainly clear skies. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Right now, it's 57 degrees.
Ingalls Markets and Upstate Warrior Solution have teamed up again this year to support local vets and their families. Now through November 26th at Ingalls Markets, you can purchase a $5 icon at checkout. All proceeds go directly to Upstate Warrior Solution. Thank you.
Tune into Living Large Radio with Mark Henry. Get out of the idea that you're a trader and become a long-term investor. Saturdays at 6 a.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., and Sundays at noon. Right here on 98.9 WORD.
What do you call the NordVPN Black Friday deal, huh? The Block Friday deal. Because you block online threats. Black Friday, Block Friday. Get it? It's hilarious. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal and block online threats now. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic. Its Threat Protection Pro tool will defend you against web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the special Black Friday deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN, cybersecurity built for every day.
This is a commercial for California Psychics, America's most trusted psychic network. So, if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. No, really, this is it. You won't see your soulmate's face in the clouds or your career path mapped out in your cappuccino foam. This really is it. We could add some dramatic sound effects if you'd like. So what you waiting for? Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. If you're still waiting for a sign, here's another one. At California Psychics, we reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work for us. So we only connect you with the best. That's how we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And right now, new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Dramatic sound effect incoming. Experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121, 800-329-2121.
Share your thoughts. Text Odi on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line at 71307.
Sunday nights with Odi Fitzgerald on News Talk 98.9 WORD.
And you're very welcome back to Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald. I'm going to go straight to the WORD talk line, and Aaron is joining me from Hendersonville. Aaron, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm good. I'm driving home from work. How are you?
I'm good. I'm currently in work. So we were talking about apprenticeships and not going to university, not going to college. Can you tell everybody what it is you're driving home from? What were you working at today?
My current title is executive sous chef at the restaurant I'm at. I've been an executive chef. I've run operations before, but that's my title right now.
Give your restaurant a plug. You may as well.
Okay. I just started at the Hare and the Hound in Landrum. I commute back and forth.
There you go. So if you're in Landrum, go to the Hare and the Hound, and Aaron will cook up a good feast for you. So Aaron, you're a sous chef, so you're not just a cook. You're doing quite an extensive job. You're not just making burgers. You know, a sous chef is.
No, I'm part of the management team.
Okay. So how did you get into it?
So I was in community college,
Mm-hmm.
and I started as a dishwasher on the side
All right.
to pay for it.
Yeah.
Ended up dropping out and basically just never left restaurants.
Okay.
I was very fortunate. I just so happened to take a job working for an extremely accomplished chef that had worked at Michelin star restaurants.
Okay. Okay.
And I just learned. I learned boots on the ground. I never went to culinary school, and here I am today.
So basically, what you're saying is, if you put the effort and the time and the energy into it, you can go from a dishwasher to being an executive sous chef.
Yes, and I've been an executive chef, and I have run restaurants. And yeah, I'll just say, as of now, you know, I take home $1,000 a week. I have health insurance. You know, I mean, I'm not rich by any means.
Yeah, but
but
you're healthy and happy.
that's right.
You have, and the job you do. Have you got job satisfaction?
Yes, most days. It can be an extremely rewarding job. It's a very difficult job, and there are some very bad days, but I guess you could say that about every career.
So, Aaron, I got to ask the big question: who cooks in the house?
I am single, but I usually.
You're going to have to do it anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, listen, Aaron, thank you so much for taking the time and just proving that, you know, you don't have to go to college to be earning in and around $1,000 a week. Aaron, thanks very much. We'll talk to you again very soon.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
There you go. $1,000 a week, starting at the bottom, started as a dishwasher and worked his way to an executive chef and a sous chef now. It can be done on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line. Odi, my sister did not get. Okay, now here we go. Odi, my sister did not get her bachelor's degree or go to college. She began working at a bank, and years later, she had to train a guy with a bachelor's degree to meet her boss. Obviously, to be her boss. Teach her everything that she knew, so he could be the boss over her, because she did not have a bachelor's degree. So there is the other side of it. That is something else. Is that would you do that? Would you train your boss? Do you think that your boss, so working in a bank, this guy came in and he had his bachelor's degree, but he hadn't a clue what to do. So he had on paper, remember this, on paper, you could be the most intelligent person in the world. But we don't work on paper. I'm going to leave it with that. Now, you'll notice in the last couple of months that we had the hurricane came through and there was devastation. There was lots of devastation. There was lots of power outages. There was a lot of people without homes. Their homes were destroyed. Electricity was gone. Internet was gone. It kind of brought us back. It set us back about 20 or 30 years for that week. Yes, I know there has been a lot of stuff has happened. A lot of things have gone on since then, and there's been a lot of repairs. A lot of repairs have happened, and the world is getting back to normal. South Carolina, North Carolina, they're getting there. North Carolina still has a lot of damage done, but they're starting to get there. They're starting to come out the far side of it. But it made me think, what is more important to have in your wallet? Is it more important, would you rather have a card in your wallet, or would you rather have cash in your wallet? Well, the advantages is reduced time. So if you have a cashless transaction, you walk into a store and whatever the cost is, take this out. No, I didn't, because I paid with cash earlier on. You walk into a store and you do your grocery shopping, and it's $100, $125.65. And you go in and you tap your card, or you put your card into the slot and you type in your PIN number, and that's it. There's no change has to come back to you. You know, there's less chance of change being wrong. You know, oh, I gave you $150. Where's all my change? You know, there's none of that. There's less risk of crime and tax avoidance. You know, some people, you could pay for something in a store and they'd be like, oh yeah, or you could be paying a mechanic, for argument's sake. You could be paying him money and, you know, he might not run it through the books, or there's reduced cost of that. Apparently, there's lower fees now, which, I don't think so. If you go cashless, there's no fees. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Would you rather go cashless, or would you go? Would you like to pay with cash? Would you use your card or your cash? Financial institutions are saying that they want to go cashless. That payments can be cheaper, but it's just shown. Remember when the hurricane happened, we lost internet. There was no internet anywhere. So you couldn't buy on your card. You had to have cash. And I had to go and find an ATM to get some cash out because I didn't have cash in the house. I had no cash. I couldn't buy anything, couldn't pay for anything. I had to prepay for my gas. I know. I had to drive down here to the station. Needed to put gas into it. Some of the disadvantages of using your card is privacy. Digital transactions generate a trail of personal information. Yeah, and don't think it doesn't, because it does. It generates a trail of personal information that can be tracked and potentially exploited. And you've seen it. You know the way your phone listens to you? Yeah. Well, when you go to your store, I'm not going to mention any names of stores, and there's a loyalty card that you can get. You scan your card. And okay, I went into the store today and I scanned my card to get my loyalty discount points or loyalty discount vouchers, whatever you want to call them. And I bought bread and I bought milk and I bought eggs and I bought something else and something else, something else. So now they know, well, when Odi goes to the store and he wants to pick up something on a Sunday morning for breakfast, he's going to get eggs and bacon and, they're going to track what I have if I use my card. If I use my cash, then they're not going to know that. They're not going to know what I've done. Yeah, I know it's still linked to my card as well, but that's more links and there's more cards. And if you use a cashless society, for cyber security risks, a cashless society may lead to increased cybercrime, electronic funds or digital crime or hacking. There has been a lot of cases, now I'm touching wood, where if somebody uses an ATM card or if they go to an ATM, there could be a scammer or a card reader or a scanner to get out your money. Are you better off going into the bank and withdrawing your cash? But then it leads to, if you use cash only, it leads to having a lot of cash in your house. If it's in your safe, you're fine. If you're living here in South Carolina, where we love, honor, and obey the Second Amendment, I'm just going to say this quietly. Don't come to my house. There's a 2A in the front yard for a reason. Which, I'll tell you what, I'm going to move on to a really small little topic. Last night on the Upstate Pulse, I don't know how it happened or where it came from or what happened, but a gauntlet was thrown down. And the gauntlet was that myself and Bill Frady from the Bill Frady Show, Straight Talk with Bill Frady, you can catch him here Monday to Friday, 12 o'clock. The gauntlet was thrown down that there was going to be a shoot-off between myself and Bill. I think it was something to do with the Irish Mafia. I'm not 100% sure. So we haven't ironed out the details. The only details that we have ironed out so far is that the both of us are going to be using 9mm handguns. We are going to be shooting at targets. We are not dueling. We are not having a duel. That came in a few times last night. 10 paces, turn and fire. No. We're not doing that. Yeah. So stay tuned, and I'm sure Bill will have information about it during the week, and I'll be talking about it next weekend as well. But myself and Bill are going to have a shoot-off. We're going to go to the range, and we're going to we're going to see who has the shot. Is it the guy that does competitive shooting or the guy that was trained in the armed forces that is well able to do it? Oh, we're going to see what happens. It's going to be fun, but that's what we do. And we might try and get a few more people here to take part in the shooting contest. You never know. Anyway, you're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. This is the voice of the Carolinas.
From the Ingalls Market Studio. Hey, Travelers Rest, Easley, Lawrence, and Pickens. We've got you covered.
This is News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Fox News, I'm Deborah Valentine. President-elect Trump has chosen FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr as chairman of the FCC. Carr currently serves as a senior Republican on the FCC. President Biden authorizing the use of long-range missiles using U.S. weapons into Russia's Kursk region. Fox's Bill Malosian has reached out to President-elect Trump's transition team for reaction.
So far, we have not heard back from the Trump team. We haven't seen any reaction from them yet, but that is a policy change that could have significant impacts on this incoming administration.
The president-elect has long criticized the Biden administration for providing billions of dollars in aid for Ukraine.
Thanks, sir. Well, it was the news. Don't mind the news, because I kind of do the news. Sorry, I keep going fuzzy. I don't know why. I don't like my new headphones. They're good quality, but the cord is terrible. Music. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm tired. Husey. I am tired. I'm tired. Don't I look tired? Oh, it's all blurry when I take my glasses off. Sorry, I'm watching Great Outdoors and there's a bat after flying in. It's funny. No, not here. In there. Let's do radio. Now, before I really don't like that song at all. No. Would you it's just in the back? What's it? Okay, now let's get rid of that completely. Before that, before the ad break, we were talking about whether people want to go cashless or keep cards. Harold on the stream was saying to me, cards, because nowadays most cashiers don't know how to figure out how to count the paper money. They don't know how to figure out how to get your change back to you. Remember, that was a thing. Unless it's on the screen now, they don't know how to do it. Jane on the stream was saying, I keep at least $1,000 in cash in my safe, just in case something comes up. And he fills that up with God bless the Second Amendment. And I was also talking as well about the fact that myself and Bill Frady are going to have a shoot off at a range at targets. And text her to the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307 saying, Odi, you can do it. You can beat old man Frady. Just insist on using 1911s. He doesn't have one, apparently. Yeah, that's what he said to me. I don't know. Now, have you noticed that the whole climate change thing is no longer a hot topic? Pun intended. As of today, recent climate change updates have highlighted that the greenhouse gas conditions in the atmosphere continue to reach record highs. Okay. Carbon dioxide levels, cow farts, no, they're methane. Carbon dioxide levels exceeding 50% above the pre-industrial levels, indicating significant warming trend. Further concerns include in shrinking Arctic sea ice, rapidly melting mountain glaciers, and increased risk of extreme weather events like droughts and floods, primarily attributed to human activities like fossil fuels burning. Now, see, here's the thing, okay? I think humans have made a wee bit of an impact on the planet, but the thing that I have always talked about and the thing that I've always said, now I want to hear your thoughts on this. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. You get me on the stream, News Talk 989 Facebook page, and I'm on lots of Facebook pages. You can get in contact with us. You can send carrier pigeon. Any way you want to get in contact with me, you can. I don't think that humans have had a very significant impact on the world getting warmer. I seriously don't, because the world has been here. The planet Earth has been here for billions of years. I think we're 4 billion years. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the planet Earth has been here for 4 billion years. Within them 4 billion years, the existence of humans has been minuscule. There was the Neanderthals before us and the missing links, and then the apes, and if whichever rhetoric you follow, we've been here for a very short period of time. The planet has not. The planet has been here for billions of years. Yes, I said it again, billions, 4 billion years, okay, give or take, maybe 8, maybe more. Honestly, we're not 100% sure. Now, within those billions of years, there has been dinosaurs. How do we know? Because we found the fossils. We have also found fossils of plants. And people have said that when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth, that the earth was warmer, yes, warmer than it is now. So explain that one to me. When the dinosaurs were on the planet, the average temperature of the planet was about 32 degrees. Okay, it was warmer. The ice caps were nowhere near as big as they are now, even though some people say they're very small. There was a lot more water on the planet because there wasn't as much ice. There was the planet looked completely different. You know, it looked, but it was warmer. There was a lot more oxygen, which means bigger animals because life can sustain better when there's oxygen. But hear me out on this. The world got colder. You know, it's a little thing called the Ice Age. When an ice age happens, well, things get colder. Different things happen. We are only just coming out of an ice age. Okay? The Middle Ages were a lot colder than they are now. So this whole thing of, Greta Thunberg, where's Greta gone? What happened, Greta? Did she just fall off the face of the planet? I want to know, like, why all of a sudden they're not too concerned about cow farts. Farmers have a hard enough job without people running up to them and saying, your cows are farting. And because your cows are farting, it's making the world warmer. No, it's not. It's a cycle. We're going through a cycle. It got colder. Now it is getting warmer again. That's what happens. Don't take my word for it. Look it up yourself. There have been many ice ages within the planet. There has been many warm ages, if you want to call it that, sunny ages, where it's been really warm. As I said, dinosaurs, it was a lot warmer there. Don't blame the farmers. A lot of people that do blame these farmers, I don't want to cast kind of images of certain people, but a lot of times when people are blaming certain individuals for, the world getting warmer, maybe they're not doing anything to save it. A lot of people that give out about the world, well, they don't even shower. But yet they will wear clothing made out of plastic. They will not wear cotton clothing. They're not doing their bit to save the planet. Yes, humans have done a lot of damage to the planet. But studies have shown, just remember, if we were all to fall off the face of the planet tomorrow, in about 200 years, everything would be back to normal. Everything would be back. There would be very little evidence that humans even existed. And that's where I was talking about something very earlier on in the show, is that maybe this isn't our first time around. Maybe the humans had a go on this before and we just messed everything up, because there have been some stories put out that, there's been hammers found in rocks that would be millions and millions of years old. Explain that one. But anyway, look, getting back to the greenhouse gases, getting back to the global warming, it's no longer a massive topic anymore. It just seems to be, it was something of the past. And the whole emissions thing, the global's emission, well, they're saying it's insignificant. While some progress has been made, current global emissions reducing pledges are still considered inadequate in the worst effects of climate change. Tell me this. My grandfather used to always say it to me, and I want to hear what your grandfather used to say to you. My grandfather used to always say to me that the summers were warmer when he was a kid. He remembers the summers being warmer. So if your grandparents or your parents used to tell you that the summers were milder, summers were warmer, everything was hotter back when they were kids, what does that tell you? It tells you that maybe their climate change isn't a big thing. Maybe we're not experiencing differences. I don't know. As I said, not that kind of doctor. But I get this story now. A lady in California has said that she is fat. Okay, well, first of all, remember, it's in California. She said that she is fat because of candy at the checkouts. Are people looking for any reasons to find their own misfortune? She says she's fat because candy is at the checkouts, that she cannot go to her store and leave without seeing all the candy. And she is pushing for her local store to get rid of candy because she has no willpower. Now, it's not to mention all of the products that are in her cart, her shopping cart, that contain nothing but saturated fats, I assume. I was looking at the video of it earlier on X, and there was a lot of saturated fats in her trolley before her shopping cart, before she even got to the checkout. Are people trying to find reasons, any reason for their own misfortune. I will be the first. I've said it earlier on the show, and I will say it again. I was a lean, mean fighting machine when I came to America first. It is my own fault for eating food that I shouldn't be eating because it is so tasty, so delicious, but also very fattening. And I've been lazy and I haven't gotten my butt off the couch to go and do a run or to go and cycle a bit of a distance or do a I used to do triathlons. Yes, you may not know it to look at me, but I used to be a triathlete and I used to do pretty good in it as well. Harold on the stream says that's why I eat cheeseburgers to prevent another cow from farting. Way to go. Oh, yeah. What have we got? Oh, okay. There a texter sent in a text to the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line. I said the Earth is probably less than 7,000 years old. Evolution is a flawed theory in which the text came in. The text doesn't come in one big lump. It comes in different things. It shows that there is no empirical evidence to prove it. Check out, what is it? Check out. To give me a number as well. No. You can think, if you want to think that there's evidence to prove that evolution happened more than 7,000 years ago. And I like to think that if, God decided to make us, well, he gave the dinosaurs to go first. Maybe he looked like a dinosaur back when he was doing that. I don't know. You never know. I haven't a clue. When I come back, I'm going to finish up like I do most weeks. We're going to take it down a little notch. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. Pretty hard-hitting topic for the last one, but needs to be said. Yeah. I'm going to talk about something else as well a little bit. I just got a text message in from somebody talking about how I'm. It's a religious comment. I'm not going to mention the text, but I will kind of. Yeah, I'm going to keep it for air. Someone telling me that evolution is it's a disproved theory, apparently. Sorry, I'm not very talkative during the ads. A lot. First of all, I'm tired. My brain is really tired. Second of all, there's a lot going on in my brain at the minute. I'm just. I can still taste curry. I had a Chinese earlier on. I didn't the burp and the curry taste was there. It's weird. Oh, here we go. So a text came in to me during the ad break to the Common Sense Retirement Planning 71307. Look it. I'll read the text. It said, evolution is a theory disproved. It's a disproved theory. The Earth is no older than 8,000 years, and I have to look at Ken Ham. Your texter, you're very entitled to your own, theories. But what I will say to you is, if you dig deep enough in if anybody says enough things, it can be true. It's not necessarily true, but if you talk about something enough, then you can get a lot of people to believe it. Okay. And yes, I know you're coming back to me. You're going to come back to me and say, well, I mean, you believe in evolution and, yes, but there's scientific fact. If you look at the flat earthers enough, you will be convinced that the earth is flat when it's not. If you believe in people that say that we are within a matrix, there's enough evidence. I've seen stuff that made me kind of go, huh? How are we in a matrix? Are we not in a matrix? There's evidence to prove anything you want. If you want to believe something enough, you will believe something enough. I did have a text come into me. I'm not going to go too deep into it, asking me why I don't believe in God. I'm going to give you the really, really fast version of it, is that I believe in being a good person. I believe in putting out positive energy into I now believe in putting positive energy out into the world. You put out positive energy, you get positive energy back. And as I say, I grew up as a Catholic, and there was a lot of stuff happened within the Catholic Church that stopped me believing that some higher being would have allowed that to happen. And I'm not going to go into it more than that. I will dedicate more time to it. 100% I will dedicate more time to it at a future date. I will try my best to get a pastor. If you have a pastor that you think would be great on the show, tell him to get in touch with me. I would love to have a conversation with him, and we can open up that discussion. We can talk about it. And I'm just, and now, yes, and now the text line is after exploding again. Young earthers are delusional. That's Texter. Text came into me. Texter says, Odi, we are becoming a country of instant gratification, including meals. Quick on the go. Yes. Yeah, comes in from V. On the stream, here's something to make your night. If a cow farts are so bad, can you imagine what a T-Rex fart? I love it. Can you imagine what a T-Rex fart would have done? Oh, seriously. Yeah. Anyway. Now, as you know, I am trying my best to highlight the lack of mental health here within mental health help here in America. Now, it's not just here in America. It is not just here in America. It is, I have a lot of friends all over the world, and a lot of them have been in contact with me and been in touch with me and said, suicide in young people is a big deal. People are suffering with depression. not really suffering. I've suffered with depression. I'm still coming out of it. It's something that people have to deal with. And I went to one doctor at one stage, and the answer was, "Here, take all of this medication. You'll feel better for it." I didn't want to go down that route. I tried using positive energy. I didn't want to take the medication side of it, so it was a harder route I went. But I'm starting to feel a lot better now. And as I said earlier, there was damage done, and I am trying to build bridges with people that I have hurt, and people that and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get back into people's good graces. But depression is a big deal. Depression is a big deal. It is. There's a lot of people out there that are depressed, and there's a lot of people that need help. Now, if you are one of those people that needs help, you can call the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Not only can you call them, but you can text them as well. It's 988. Okay, 988. It is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call them 24/7, 365 days of the year. There is always somebody on the line to help them. If you want to help them, okay, if you want to help them, if you want to be part of that as well, you can go on to the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. There's Facebook page. There's the website, suicideandcrisislifeline.com. If you want to, if you're trained, someone is trained, and you want to help people that are looking for help out there. I'm going to throw some facts and figures at you. In the year 2022, out of every 100,000 people living here in America, 14.2 of them took their own lives. That is a massive 49,476 people decided to end their lives. That is 49,476 people too many. Just remember, if that thought is in your head, think about the people that you're going to be leaving behind. It's not the answer. There is help out there. There is 100% help out there. You can talk to your friends. You can talk to your buddies. You can talk to anybody you want. You could talk to a stranger in the street. You could build up a conversation, and you could chat to them. There is help out there. That hotline number again is 988. That's it. Just 3 numbers, 988. You can text and you can call them 24/7, 365. There is help out there for you. And if you think life is going bad for you, and if you think life is getting you down, remember, it'll always get better. There is always help out there. It's not as bad as it looks. It's not as bad as you think it is. It's really not. Trust me, it is really not. There is always help for somebody. Again, that number, it's the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, is 988. People want to help you. People don't want to see you suffering. People don't want to see you crying at home. They don't want to see you down. They don't want to see you depressed. They don't want to see you staying in bed. There is lots of help out there. Thank you very much for everybody that tuned in. I'll be back next Saturday night with Lonzo and the boys. Joey's up tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock. I will talk to you next week. Have an absolutely fantastic week. Slán Awalya. Bye. All right, streamers. Yeah, I know. I told you it was going to go deep. So we did. That number again, if anybody needs it, is 988. Okay? 988. That's the number. Thanks very much for making the show tonight. All the comments, all the everything that you put in. Brilliant. I love it. Absolutely love it. I'll be back next week. I will talk to you then. Check out the Saturday night show with Lonzo and the boys. And I'll be back here next Sunday night. Have an absolutely fantastic week. See ya.